Yo, what is up everyone? Jay here, back again with another Fire Emblem Heroes reaction slash first impressions to the new Heroes banner that just dropped, and is none other than a Shadows of Luthier banner. Finally, SoV fans can rejoice after not having a banner for a very long time, and that includes me because Shadows of Luthier is definitely one of my favorite Fire Emblem games. Arguably in my top 5, I think it is in my top 5, but it's at least for sure in my top 10 Fire Emblem games. And I remember when SoV came out, I was ecstatic. I was so excited that they were remaking an old game, and I played Gaiden before the release for SoV just to appreciate the remake even more, and it's an amazing game. I highly recommend it if you haven't played it. But yeah, very excited that it's in, or that SoV banner's in finally, and it's been over a year, I think. So it's definitely been a hot minute. And speaking of hot, we have Palla here, SoV Palla. You can't have SoV Catria without, of course, having her sisters, so this definitely makes sense, and she's a sword flyer. Sadly, nothing different class-wise than her regular version, but she looks amazing, and I guess we can assume that Est will, Shadows of Valentia Est will happen with like Sonion or whatever that lance is called. I don't know how to pronounce it, but she might come with that. But yeah, Palla here comes with Lady Blade. As the name implies, it is only for girls, and it's a weapon you can use in the Arcanea and Shadows of Valentia game. You know, they could have given this to like Cecile if this was like Arcanea banner, but they decided to give it to Palla, which is fine. I'm fine with that. I'm not mad or anything. But yeah, it would have been cool to see this on someone else, but I guess it makes sense to be on Palla, knowing that she's that popular and being this strong as a unit. But yeah, it's basically a brave weapon. Unit attack twice in both phases and gives you adaptive damage, which is very cool. And she also gets the Canto effect. So very cool weapon for sure. 11 might brave weapon that's in both phases and adaptive damage, very strong, and Canto. So don't underestimate this weapon at all. Rally attack defense plus and Ardu flying 4 for all the arena heads. You can spark her because there is sparking on New Heroes banners. And attack res Rhine just to abuse her adaptive damage. So very cool kit. You'll see in a sec her stats, but she doesn't come with a B skill, so it's like she's pretty slow. Like she's very min-maxed, as you can see. 18 speed, 43 defense, which is like she's incredibly tanky. 43 defense and 30 res. Like that 43 defense is crazy. 55 attack, which is pretty decent. So like 18 speed is not going to let her use Wyvern Flight or Pegasus Flight. Too slow for desperation, pretty much. So like, I don't know what really is like a super good premium beast slot for her. I guess like Canto skills, but I'm not even sure how Canto skills interact with the Canto in her Lady Blade. So it's like, I'm not sure. So it should be interesting. I wish I knew, but that's Paula. Definitely going to be one of the better sword flyers for sure. Just her sheer offensive power and having Canto is going to be amazing because Canto is the new wave. Next unit, probably the unit I like the most out of this banner. As a character and stuff, I just love Zeke's story, or should I say Camus? I mean, everybody knows Camus pretty much. Even if you haven't played the games, you should be able to make that connection that this is Camus. But yeah, as I always say, the Zeke at his peak, and here he is looking great. And he comes with a pretty nice kit. He comes with Holy Gradivis. We just got DC weapon refines, and like they could have definitely went a lot harder on this weapon. It's not bad at all, of course. Gives you DC, and if you're alive, basically, you get a guaranteed follow-up attack, which is nice. So I'm guessing he's going to be pretty slow. Bonfire, attack, defense, catch 4, low attack, defense, and the new skill, defense, res menace. We haven't had that on the unit yet. So judging by his kit, obviously he's probably going to be very slow. Going to be very bulky on both sides with, judging just by defense, res menace, and like he's going to be comparable to Dwessel. I know probably some Dwessel fans are probably scared that Zeke here is power creeping Dwessel already, even though Dwessel only came out on the Sacred Stones banner near the end of last year. I hope he doesn't like completely power creeping, because like Holy Gradivis here, you can just run. You don't have to run DC in the A slot. You can run other skills like catch skill, or it's like a stance skill. But Dwessel has to run this encounter if he wants to, be good in both phases. But I don't know. I guess they're going to be definitely the two top landscapes for sure. I predict his stat line to be pretty similar to Dwessel, but who knows? Maybe he'll be a little faster. I don't know. But just judging by Holy Gradivis is having a guaranteed follow-up, I don't know. We'll have to see. But I'm glad Zeke is finally in the game, and he's going to be a really nice landscape to have for sure. Not as like player phase dominant as Sirius because he doesn't have -1 cooldown. Can't Gale Force as well, but he's just going to be an annoying unit to take down if you guys have ever fought Dwessel before. And the third unit is Luthier, a fan favorite that has been requested in the game for a very long time. I know he plays pretty well in CYL. A lot of people have been begging for Luthier, and you know he's not my most favorite character ever, but I like him. He's a nice guy. So I'm glad he's in. He's a green infantry mage, and of course, as a lot of people would think, he is the demote. So very demote kit, and he's got Ground Fox. So we finally have Ground Fox in the game, which is nice. Glimmer, Suspiro 2, and Guard 3. So I don't know. I guess Guard will be at 4 stars, and Suspiro 2, because even though Suspiro 2 is still like hard to get, it's not on a 4-star unit. It's still a pretty common skill on a ton of units. So I'm guessing Guard will be the 4-star one. It'd be nice to have this. It'd be nice to have Suspiro 2 as a 4-star, but who knows? So yeah. Delthea's brother is finally in the game, so Luthier fans do not have to spend a million orbs to try to +10 merge him if he's a 5-star exclusive, because he's the demo. And of course, with pretty much every midpoint banner now, I guess we have the mythic that's shoved in with the new heroes banner, just like last year when Miraculous was shoved in with the Awakening banner. We have Nott, because why not, right? The older sister, and I like Dagger a lot more than Nott. Even in the story, like I was like, when Nott started simping for that guy, man, I was like, come on, man. But not here. She's a lance infantry unit and comes with a pretty nice kit, I'd say. I mean, as a defense dark mythic, yeah, she's a defense dark mythic, right? Yeah, the defense dark mythic, like she's not incredible. Like I definitely think there's dark mythics that are better than her, but she definitely brings some stuff to the table. So her, whatever you pronounce her axe, grant speed +3, so no slaying, just a speed +3. If she's alive, basically grants +5 to all stats and bonus to all those stats, current bonus. So basically she gets bonus doubler. And you know, bonus doubler sounds great on paper, but it's just harder to use bonus doubler in this day and age when there's panic and there's debuffs everywhere. Like there's just panic and low skills, especially, you know, low skills just shut down bonus doubler for the most part. So it's like it's hard to use bonus doubler. So I know some people will be disappointed that she has bonus doubler, but you know, it can work. It's just going to be kind of hard in this day and age. But she also comes with Pathfinder, of course. And Pathfinder is a great ability to have. It's just great for movement and just being annoying and, you know, just catching people off guard. And the fact that she's a defense mythic, we're going to have to deal with Pathfinder on defense, which is honestly probably the scariest part about her, is that she can give Pathfinder. So definitely annoying. Like her sister gives Pathfinder on offense, which is going to be useful, but I think Pathfinder is going to be even more annoying on defense. So, you know, all the whales trying to +10 Nott, you're going to have to watch out for this Pathfinder shit, because it can catch you off guard, like I said. Dragon Fang, distant counter, which is pretty cool. So she's going to be like dual phase, probably good res, or decent res at least. Moon Twin Wing, which is pretty similar to Sun Twin Wing of her sister, except she gets damage reduction instead of, like, I think Sun Twin Wing had like no follow-up or something in it, something like that. So she gets damage reduction as well, and attack speed menace, which is new. So attack speed menace is pretty beastly. So that's her kit. Like I said, I wouldn't say she's nothing crazy, but you know, she's definitely something to, you know, be aware of, especially if you take Aether Raid seriously. So I'm gonna have to make sure that I don't get fucked by Pathfinder, you know. But yeah, here she is. You know, they're doing this thing where they just shove in the new OC mythic into these banners, which I don't hate, but at the same time I get why people are upset about it, because it's like you want to have your main series banner have all the shine, but then you kind of just get it shoved with a mythic. But at least this banner isn't as bad as the Awakening banner last year, because Awakening's banner last year was just a huge mess in my opinion. They didn't even include any of the regular shepherds or the original shepherds, and they put Mustafa, Awakening Anna, and or Apotheosis Anna, and Sayri, which is like the most random choice ever. You didn't even add any. You didn't add Muriel, Rickon, Vake, you didn't add any of those guys. None of those guys in the banner, and then you shoehorn in Miraculous. So that was a weird time. And I mean, obviously you can debate the SoV banner. Palla and Zeke are technically Arcanea characters, but of course they are also Valentia characters because they do come in Visit Valentia. So there's that. Also, these new enemies look dope. This Steam Sword guy. I'm glad we're having new enemies finally in the game. It feels like forever we have had new generic enemies, so seeing that is pretty cool. Gonna be fun fighting those guys. And yeah, that's pretty much the banner, except one more thing I forgot to mention. You can't have Zeke without his lover, Tatiana. And at first, a lot of people were freaking out that, you know, how the hell do you add Zeke and not add Tatiana? You know, those are pretty much two peas in a pod, you know? And I thought the same, but she actually appears, you know, right there. Yeah. Right here, of course, right next to her lover. You can see her. She's a blue mage, and I'm glad she's a blue mage and not a healer, because they easily could have made her another D-mode healer, and that would have been annoying because we've had so many D-mode healers as of late. So I'm glad she's a blue mage, even though she's probably just going to come with like a Blarfox tome. It's going to be kind of lame. But for people that love Tatiana, and I definitely like Tatiana and Zeke, it's going to be nice to plus 10 her. Now, she's not a D-mode like Luthier, so it's safe to assume she's going to be obtainable through quests, just like they did before with Kaze. I think Kaze was the first one. They did with Kaze and Emerin, of course, from the Awakening banner with Mirabilis. So yeah, that's pretty much the banner. Oh, actually, forgot to mention one more thing. The GHB is Fernand, Salty Fernand, as I like to call him. He's finally in the game. You can check in the notifications. I don't think they mentioned it here, but he is the new GHB. Probably going to be a Lance Cav, like, because they love giving us Lance Cavs. Lance Cavs are just so damn common. I'm hoping, like, I'm not even a huge fan of Fernand. I don't really like the guy at all. I think he's an asshole. But for people who like those characters, you know, congrats. But Fernand, you know, even though I'm not a huge fan of him, I hope he at least has a PRF that's decent. And we just got Orson, who was a Lance Cav as well. And he had a pretty disappointing PRF. And he was a pretty disappointing unit in general. So I'm hoping they don't do the same thing for Fernand, because I'm tired of just having disappointing GHBs. I mean, we could have got Jeddah. I would have liked Jeddah more, because he would have had something else cool. But I guess he could have just been another Red Mage GHB gimmick Red Mage, you know. But, you know, either way, I like Fernand in the game, not him as a character, but I like that he's finally in. So yeah, that is pretty much the banner. Of course, you can spark for it and get the Celestial Stone. You know, even though I am happy that Saul's getting a banner, none of the characters I'm really super excited for, so I'm not going to pull on this, and obviously I have to save a Brave Marth. I feel like I mention that every single video, but I have to, so I'm not summoning on this banner. But good luck to you if you do summon on this banner. You know, like I said, happy that Shadows of Entia is finally getting some shine after a long while. So that's the video, guys. Let me know if you guys are going to summon, if you do comment, and I appreciate you guys watching the video. Please stay safe out there, and peace out.